Today, let's tackle another key Java concept, Booleans. But first, what is a Boolean? A Boolean is a data type that is essentially just true or false. For example, a Boolean might look like this. Boolean b equals true. These variables are very powerful and have many uses. One of the main uses are in while loops. Next, let's talk about Boolean statements. Boolean statements consist of mainly if, else if, and else. Here's some example code. Follow along on the screen. Note that when you're comparing number values in Java, you need to use two equal signs, and you need to have opening and closing brackets, as you can see on the screen. The main use of these Boolean statements is to check for something wherever and whatever if might be about. Else if statements basically mean if not this first condition, then check for this condition. And else is basically saying if not any of these, then this. Again, here is some example code to follow along on the screen. Else if works by first checking the first if statement. Then if that turns out to be false, it then checks the else if condition. And if neither turn out to be true, then it jumps down to the else and does what it is inside. Next, let's discuss logical operators. Within if and else if conditions, you can check for multiple conditions using the AND operator and the OR operator. On the screen, the highlighted symbols display how they are notated in Java. This piece of code checks when our variable is 4 or 3, and if it is, then it would do something. Another common operator is the not function, to check if something is not a certain thing. This is signified by the exclamation point. Again, here's some example code to follow along on the screen. Note, when you use the not operator, you only have to use a single equal sign as shown above. This code here is a full code block that goes through Boolean logic, and I highly encourage pausing the screen now to view it. For more information on these operators and the logic that follows, feel free to learn and research about De Morgan's law. Great! Now you know the basics of Booleans. Go out there and code.